In 1998, Yahoo was offered Google for $1 million. They said no. In 2002, Yahoo tried to buy Google for $3 billion. Google said no. In 2008, Microsoft offered to buy Yahoo for $44 billion. Yahoo said no. In 2016, Yahoo sold itself for $4.8 billion, a fraction of what it was once worth. This is the story of the most indecisive company in the history of the internet. A company that had every opportunity to win and found a way to lose every single one of them. Act 1. The Kings of the Internet. To understand how Yahoo died, you first need to understand how completely it once dominated the internet. Yahoo was founded in 1995 by two Stanford PhD students, Jerry Yang and David Filo. It started as a simple directory of websites, a hand-curated list of links organized into categories. In the early days of the internet, when nobody knew where to find anything, Yahoo was the map. And people loved it. Within months of launching, Yahoo was getting millions of visits per day. By 1996, it went public and raised $33 million on its first day. At the peak of the dot-com boom in 2000, Yahoo was worth $125 billion. It was the homepage of the internet, the place everyone started their day, the most visited website on earth. Yahoo had email, Yahoo had news, Yahoo had sports, Yahoo had finance, Yahoo had search, Yahoo had everything. And then it started making decisions that would eventually cost it everything. Act 2. The $1 million mistake. In 1998, two Stanford PhD students named Larry Page and Sergey Brin had built a search engine they called Google. It was better than anything else available, faster, more accurate, more relevant. But Page and Brin didn't want to run a company. They wanted to finish their PhDs. So they tried to sell Google and move on. They approached Yahoo first. Their asking price was $1 million. Yahoo's executives looked at Google and decided search was a dying technology. People didn't want a search engine and they wanted a portal, a destination. Yahoo was already a portal. They didn't need search. They passed. Unable to sell, Page and Brin had no choice. They raised venture capital and built Google themselves. 4 years later, Yahoo realized its mistake. In 2002, Yahoo tried to buy Google for $3 billion. Larry Page wanted $5 billion. Yahoo said that was too expensive. Today, Google, now Alphabet, is worth $2 trillion. Act 3. The company that couldn't decide. The Google mistake was catastrophic. But it wasn't the last one. Throughout the 2000s, Yahoo had multiple opportunities to buy companies that would have transformed its future. In 2002, Yahoo acquired Inktomi and Overture, early search advertising companies. It was a good start. But instead of building on that foundation aggressively, Yahoo kept trying to be everything to everyone. A media company, a technology company, a portal, an advertising platform, without being exceptional at any of them. In 2005, Yahoo had a chance to buy Facebook for $1 billion. Mark Zuckerberg was ready to sell. The Yahoo board agreed, then changed their minds after a disappointing quarterly earnings report. They came back with a lower offer. Zuckerberg walked away. Facebook today is worth over $1 trillion. In 2006, Yahoo had another chance, this time to acquire YouTube for $1.65 billion. They hesitated. Google moved faster and bought YouTube for $1.65 billion. YouTube today generates over $30 billion a year. Yahoo wasn't failing because the opportunities weren't there. Yahoo was failing because it couldn't make decisions fast enough. Act 4. The $44 billion rejection. By 2008, Yahoo was in serious trouble. Google had completely taken over search advertising. Facebook was growing at an explosive rate. Yahoo's stock was falling and investors were restless. And then Microsoft made an offer that should have ended Yahoo's problems permanently. $44 billion, a 62% premium over Yahoo's stock price. Cash on the table. Done deal. Jerry Yang, Yahoo's co-founder who had returned as CEO to try to save the company, said no. He said the offer undervalued Yahoo, he wanted more. Microsoft waited, negotiated, raised the offer slightly. Yang still said no. Microsoft walked away. The reaction on Wall Street was immediate and brutal. Yahoo's stock collapsed. Investors were furious. Analysts couldn't believe what had just happened. Yang had just rejected the most generous acquisition offer in internet history and had nothing to replace it with. Under enormous pressure from shareholders, Jerry Yang resigned as CEO months later. Act 5. The slow death. Over the next 8 years, Yahoo went through 5 different CEOs. The most high-profile attempt to save Yahoo came in 2012 when the board hired Marissa Mayer, a Google executive, as CEO. Mayer was brilliant, ambitious, and genuinely committed to turning Yahoo around. But the problems were too deep and too structural for any single leader to fix. In 2013, Yahoo acquired Tumblr for $1.1 billion, one of the worst acquisitions in internet history. Tumblr was sold 5 years later for just $3 million. In 2016, Yahoo revealed it had suffered the largest data breach in history. 3 billion user accounts compromised. In 2017, Verizon acquired Yahoo's core internet business for $4.48 billion. The company that had once been worth $125 billion was sold for less than 4% of its peak value. Conclusion. The lesson. So who really killed Yahoo? Not Google. Google offered Yahoo the chance to own it for $1 million, not Microsoft. Microsoft offered Yahoo $44 billion to save it. Not Facebook, not YouTube, not the market. Yahoo was killed by indecision. Every single time Yahoo faced a defining moment, buy Google, sell to Microsoft, acquire Facebook, it hesitated. It second-guessed. It changed its mind. And in the technology industry, hesitation is fatal. The internet moves at a speed where a 6-month delay can mean the difference between owning the future and watching someone else build it. Yahoo had the resources, the users, the brand, and the opportunities to dominate the internet for the next 20 years. What it didn't have was the conviction to act. Google didn't beat Yahoo, Yahoo beat itself. And the $44 billion Microsoft offer that was rejected will go down in history as the single most expensive act of indecision. The lesson is simple and devastating. In business, not deciding is still a decision. It is just usually the worst one.